Dearly beloved, we are gathered here this evening to pay our respects to what was the 2022-2023 Philadelphia Eagles season. You are listening to another episode of the Santa Boot First Podcast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Santa Boot First Podcast, coming to you live from beautiful downtown Willow Grove, the lovely Crack Belt Productions Studios. This fantastic Thursday evening. Maybe not as quite high energy as we were last week, but we're here. This is going to be a therapy session, boys. We're going to tear the wound open. We're going to rinse it out. We're going to stitch it up, bandage it, and move on. That's what we do. We're not going to be little whiners and bitches like the Niners fans and the Giants fans. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk through all the excuses. We're going to talk about what the real problem was, talk where this team is going to go, what we want for next season, and we'll see where we get from there. I didn't bring any tissues in, so if you bitches want to weep, use your sleeves. With that said, to my left, the elder statesman, Donald Kennedy Martin. Deke, how are you?
Well, don't worry, anybody. You don't have to cover your ears this week. I'm not good.
Yeah. To his left, the AP, the president of his fan club. Head up high. Dude had an unbelievable game on the world stage. Didn't get it done.
I'm just here.
That's Smitty.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
His left, already changed his squad, sporting his Sixers gear. The man with the fine hair.
He's already back on.
The
Back on
Don.
with the Sixers.
DJ Martin.
Shout out Higgins Crab Shack, Crab House in Ocean City, Maryland. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks. At least we have our health, right?
Sure.
And Mama Mia.
And we're working on that.
Yeah, we're working.
To his
on that.
left, we have the guy, our man, Bobby Hartnett. What's going on, Bobby?
Yeah, what's going on? I believe pitchers and catchers reported today. Go baseball, go Phillies. So I'm stoked, man. When's the draft?
It's almost baseball.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I can walk outside without a jacket. I'm ready. I'm ready for baseball. We're on baseball. And when's the NFL draft? We can,
April.
Yeah.
We got free agency in a month.
Yeah. Free agency in a month.
Yeah.
April's going to be the draft. It'll be warm weather by then. We'll be all right.
We got to get through this.
Yes.
We got to get through this. To his left, the man of many words, Andrew Martin.
So
Sup? Keeping it live and on the air. And the glass. Our man, Nate Money Pop Moss. What's going on, Nate? You. Thank you to our sponsors, Mama Mia's Pizza. We had a Mama Mia pie today. We haven't had one of those in a while. Very
It
good.
was really good.
Very good. Some Stromboli, some cheesesteak egg rolls. Always another
They were
nice
also
item.
Really good, yeah.
And of course our plain pie, even though the kid isn't here for his plain pie.
He is. He's right next to me.
He does the pep
Yeah.
Stromboli.
That's
He,
true.
he mixes it up a little bit here and there. All right, so let's get into this. I'll be the first to say I was thumping my chest in here last week. No way we were losing that game. I was very confident. Until a few minutes into the third quarter, I'd say.
I think everyone was.
It was our game to win, and we didn't. We let it slip away.
Yeah.
Do we want to go through the line of excuses? Where do we want to start? The refs?
Now,
Did the refs screw us?
I don't want to start with
Stop.
I don't want to start with the refs. I mean, there's a couple of calls that went, but bottom line is we didn't stop them. The only call that I legitimate gripe with is two calls in that game. The first one in the first half, Devontae Smith. You catch the ball, it was ruled a catch. There wasn't conclusive evidence. We score there, we go up 2 touchdowns. I got a problem with that, and I also have a problem with the flag at the end of the game. Especially now that I saw today that Sweat, there's hands to the face. But like, this is true. The problem with the NFL is this is 2 games in a row where Kansas City's basically given a free ticket in the last 2 minutes with the other team getting no opportunity. But other than that, we didn't stop them in the second half.
Do you think it's scripted?
I don't think it's scripted, But
And
do I think the NFL's happier to the Chiefs won than the Eagles? You saw.
look
You
at
saw.
Goodell.
You
Yeah.
saw. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
here's
the commissioner.
the biggest problem I have. Gardner Johnson, but then Goodell fanboy goes up to Chris Jones. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you hit
the quarterback.
Yep.
So
It's
how can you
ridiculous.
not look at that and be like, okay? But I said this before. I was worried about that. The NFL got what they wanted. They're looking for a new goat. They're looking for a golden boy, and it's Patrick Mahomes. People better get used to it. You're not going to be able to touch him. If there's a chance that he can win a game, they're going to find a way for him to win the game. They've proven that 2 weeks in a row in the playoffs.
I think, and
Yep.
I'm only saying this tongue in cheek, but the script was perfect. The only thing that would have been better was overtime, and they didn't want overtime because in the script
That's why I
wasn't
said
going the way they
if
wanted.
they would
There
have
was-
made overtime. We would have scored just like we would have. Devontae Smith would have got behind the corner again. You saw how he scored.
There was a defensive touchdown.
Right.
There was a ball off the post.
Yeah.
There was turnover or over.
Right.
Overturns, challenges. It was a close game.
I don't.
I mean, the script,
was
they
big-
have
there was
everything.
big
There were big
plays.
plays. There was
I
everything
don't,
you
I
could
don't
want
think
in a
it,
game.
I think it's scripted, but I think the NFL perfectly fine with winning.
Rihanna was looking good, too.
Yeah. I also think that's another thing too. That
Rihanna.
halftime show, 30 to 35 minutes. That
Man,
that draws a lot
It's
of
been like that for
Stop.
years now.
Yeah,
I
don't
know, but
want
I'm
that
saying that takes a lot.
I will say though,
Yeah.
if I could make one suggestion to the scumbags in the NFL, could we get a rock band back as a halftime
You're
show?
never gonna do that.
Not that I don't mind the pop or
You
hip
didn't
hop
enjoy
artists,
the dancers with the white coats,
the marshmallows on the field.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Looked like
but,
we were-
but the rock band wouldn't be too bad, you know.
Chili
Like,
Peppers were there one year.
yeah, but like it's been how many years since we've seen
Yeah.
instruments being played on the, you know.
Do you also? I mean,
It's
yeah,
because Jay-Z.
yeah. We know that the
Oh,
Eagles'
really?
defense
Yeah.
blew
I
it,
didn't know that.
but do you think KC's been given a little bit of help this week with the AFC Championship and the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
they had, like you said, they had an extra play in the
also-
Bengals game.
And do you think the NFL's looking for a new goat?
Yes.
And who's that goat?
I just think
I
think
also don't understand how we're all sitting here bitching. I mean, I was
watch
too.
your
at the-
language. You're not old enough.
I was
You're
also
somewhere.
bitching.
You're old
but,
enough.
He's
Happy
18 now.
18th birthday,
that's
by the
right.
way.
You're
I
right.
know.
Well, like, I don't understand how we're all sitting here complaining, but up 30 points. Like, how do you expect to win the game when you let up 30 points in one half?
For
Well,
sure.
and only
It
score
wasn't 30, it was 20, by the way.
and only score 11 in the match,
Well,
I
the-
agree.
The Chiefs
and then not
went
make
up
any,
35.
and then our
Right.
coaches don't make any adjustments.
Gannon didn't make any
Yeah,
adjustments.
it wasn't
Yeah.
so much the offense.
The number one culprit is Gannon / the defense.
And also that holding call. Instead of holding the first quarter, why did it hold with a minute left in the game?
That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
makes
a
no
big
sense.
factor.
I got a question for you guys about Gannon. What more do you expect him to do?
Adjust.
Adjust.
You got beat on the
Why
same
didn't you
play
go? Why
twice.
didn't you go to
Yeah.
man? Why didn't you go to man? Why did you say
Why
right?
are you running
They
man
weren't
on the
man.
goal line?
Not
They-
the goal
They
line.
were not a man. If they were a man,
The
then
first, hold on,
yeah.
no, Nate's right. The first one
They weren't
where
man.
Maddox got caught up going all the way across and not staying with him, yeah, they were a man. The second one was a man.
They
No.
just let.
Yeah.
Was it Sky Moore?
Yeah.
They just let Sky Moore
What
go.
do-
He
what
did
do-
a jab step and 3 yards into
It's
the
the
end
same
zone.
play twice.
Nobody hit him.
Like, you should recognize that formation.
Yep.
Well, the only reason why I say that is because I'm going back to the conversation we had earlier. Smitty. He kept Kelsey and Mahomes in check.
Yeah, but he also.
That was the first half.
But
He
you know
didn't
what?
adjust
That,
with-
that narrative that we quarterbacks laid us up under Gannon came to fruition.
And the Chiefs
I mean,
also
it-
ran for
I
150
mean,
yards.
years.
Mahomes is like, they're considering Mahomes a top 5 all
I
time.
mean,
So,
Dak played us up.
but we're not talking about that. We're talking about
But I'm talking about in Gannon in
The
his
narrative.
2 years.
The narrative.
The narrative of Gannon in his 2 years is that he
All-
could not
all-
be a good quarterback.
all-
That's a fact.
all I'm saying is I get the adjustment that is necessary, but I think it's almost on the player too. Because what are you going to call in that instance with that yo-yo motion? What defense are you going to call?
What defense lets that offense go from up and down the field 3 times in the second half?
All they would have need to have done was stop them twice.
Right.
Once or
I
twice.
understand.
They didn't stop.
That's
That
not what I'm
was
asking. I'm
one.
asking
It
about
was.
the play. The play that they scored where they were wide open. what defense would you guys call it to stop that play?
I would have got out of the zone as soon as they were within the 10 yards.
Exactly. Right.
They were giving them too much of the push it, and
they
you know
did
how
it in
those fast
Jacksonville.
quarterbacks,
They did-
running
yeah.
receivers are.
Or if you've recognized that formation
Get up
and you,
and jam 'em.
and you realize you're not in your right formation, call timeout.
Right.
Nate, I
Call
got a
timeout in
question
that
for you.
situation.
It's a hard play to defend.
It's
That's
a
all.
bang bang.
It's a
play.
very hard play to
But-
defend.
But Nate,
I'm very glad, Janet.
It's a Super Bowl.
Anything
Nate,
with emotion, they have a hard. They
Nate,
had a
let me
hard
ask
time
you a
reading
question. You played at a much higher level than any of us in this room. The guys that were supposed, Maddox and Slay, they're running across the field with the guys in motion, correct?
Correct.
Slay wasn't even
So,
running. It was right
well,
there.
yeah.
I didn't even
But
know what the
why
hell was
aren't
going
they?
on.
He went the wrong way.
Let me ask them a question. Why aren't they looking at the guy they're supposed to be covering to see what he's doing, just in case they put the brakes on and go in reverse?
Like DJ said, it's a bang bang play. So the yo-yo motion is supposed to just pass off. It just like you see them talking and pointing, it passes off. The fact is, he did a stick in and stick out. So the motion in and then coming back out would confuse them. They would have to do that at the snap of the ball. He's reversing his motion. So now their call is off, but they have to do it live on the field.
But they did it to us twice. You don't adjust the second time?
They
It's
did
the
it.
same-
I feel like they did it 3 times.
I think the second time was worse
And the other
because
thing-
Slay was going
yeah.
into the linebacker
Mhm.
position
Yeah.
before Sky Moore even made
That's
it.
what I'm saying. It's a very tough
Tony.
play to defend.
Okay, that's fine if it's a tough play to defend. But there were people that were at that Super Bowl that I talked to, and they're like, you didn't even see. Basically, Mahomes had guys wide open all night. As a defensive coordinator,
that's
you
what-
have to make an adjustment.
That's what I
You
never
have
figure
to make
out.
an
The
adjustment.
soft coverage all game was
Right.
really
I'm
mind-blowing.
glad because he's going to fail in Arizona. We're going to get a legit.
Well, that's
defense.
that team also sucks.
We see that both down at the stadium
not
and on
coaching
TV.
material.
The other team's receivers are so open
Right.
a bunch of the time. There's like a good 2 to 3 yards from our defender and their wide receiver, and yet when we're on offense, our receivers got like fly paper on them, and the defenders are all over.
So there was
Sometimes
truth to what San Fran had said. All that talk about San Fran was talking about how there was holes in our defense and guys are just guessing. There was a lot of we saw it come in the Super Bowl. A lot of truth
They
to
should
that.
have blocked better than
Well,
that.
I think the Jacksonville Jaguars did a good job of explaining the motion plays.
Right. And the
And-
Eagles
and
didn't
now
even
that-
fix it.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It just
I
shows
agree.
you how good
That
our
tells
pass
you
rush
how
was.
unprepared they were. To
Agnew
go
had-
back and look.
Well, that's why that guy Agnew had a huge game
Right.
against us. That's
Right.
all it was.
Right.
Well, it also shows how good our pass rush was all season.
I mean, yeah, they were
Covered up-
slipping.
covered up a lot of
They
bad
covered up
plays.
the
They were
secondary.
slipping and sliding like crazy.
Oh, it was terrible.
We are used to the bend don't break defense.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
this.
It's not, I
It's
think
been
that's
what we've
over.
historically done.
I think it's over now.
But-
I think they're going to bring in somebody legit.
Vance
Did-
Joseph.
I mean, he brings pressure.
They're one of the biggest.
Our defense is going to take a
teams in
step
the
back.
league, right?
I see. I don't think our defense does take a step back. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
that.
It just depends on who they bring back.
No,
Right,
but like,
right.
here's
I
the
think
thing.
that's
Like,
gonna
I mean,
I
they just had a historical season. To follow that up with a new coordinator,
No, it's tough to do.
that's
yeah.
not going to happen.
Yeah, it's tough to do.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
It's just, I also think it depends on who you bring back, though.
right.
A lot of the
Yeah.
reason why they were so good this year is the personnel they had was ridiculous.
You see the rumors about Ramsey?
What
Did I see
about-
that?
He wants out.
Yeah, that they might either cut him or they might trade him.
They don't have the money to pay him.
I will get into that. I want to talk about our free agents and who's going to be available and what we think we should do. But how about the field excuse? Anybody want to?
No.
Both teams
I
had to
understand.
play into it,
Yep.
but like
It hurt us more.
I was
I
gonna
think
say,
it's
if
a
it
bigger
does hurt,
disadvantage to us, but I mean, it is what it is.
It did bring
Yeah,
about the case.
Got retired.
No,
He's bringing their first Super Bowl.
right, and he does the turf.
The guy that did the turf is a Kansas City guy.
oh,
a fan.
Oh, yeah.
The first Kansas City Super Bowl, they gave him a ring,
Okay.
and now he's there again.
And then he
That was he was like 94 years old. I heard
Yeah.
Justin and Steve were talking about this, and it's his last Super Bowl too.
Yep.
He's been doing it for like the last 30 years or something, 40
Something like
years.
that. Yep.
I don't think it could be used as an excuse, but
I think
I do
Pitbull-
feel that it definitely
It
affected the
game.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But I think it affected the Eagles more than
For sure. For sure.
well,
The,
the speed,
the
the speed rush.
Yeah, the Chiefs complained about it in the first game
there's,
against Arizona.
there's one play that really killed them. 10 minutes ago. 3rd and 2. They're down 1. They've been running all game. That point, they decide to pass the ball. Kansas City brings a rush. Hurts rolls out. Why not run the ball? Why not stick to what you've been doing all game? You needed 2 yards. Why not run the ball?
That's the play before the punt, right?
Yeah, why not run the
And
ball?
did you hear Kelsey?
Yeah, Kelsey
That's-
said the same thing.
That's the
where
play
they
that
lost.
sticks in his craw.
Yes, it sticks in
Because
mind.
he said on his podcast, I should have. He said I recognized the formation they were in.
Right.
I thought we could cover it. I should have called out a different coverage for the line, but I didn't. I left it the way it
Well,
was,
it's 3rd
and we
2.
didn't pick up the
Just
guy
push-
that ended up making the
Push
play.
Hurts forward, you get 2 yards. That's it.
Did it
And
all
move the
game.
chain.
We made a
changes.
lot of mistakes this game.
This was a big concern of mine. I felt like the only way we lost this game is if one, we beat ourselves, which we did with the turnover, and 2, some of the play calling that was on both on the offensive side, and especially the defensive side, because there was no adjustment, there was no changing things up.
And
It was all soft.
right. And how to say Amalo, everybody knows, and their mother, who's on that offensive line, on 3rd and 1, you're running the ball. How are you not?
Biggest game.
Yeah,
I know.
You know what? If he sat there again,
Things get magnified in these bigger games.
the Hurts fumble doesn't happen. I'm not
No, it doesn't.
excusing Hurts at all. But if they 3rd and 1,
I'll
They
excuse
get
them
the first
because
down.
of the field. Honestly, like if you go back and watch it, you see Hurts tries to plant his foot, but it slips because the field's so bad.
somebody said he
Which-
grabbed his face mask.
Which,
too, I thought.
which caused,
Saw a hand come across.
it caused his knee to come up when he was switching the ball in his hand because the defender was right here, so he didn't want to get fumbled
I
right there.
understand that.
It caused his knee to cause the fumble.
What-
So like you can blame the field there.
No,
too.
I agree. But what I'm saying is they had all the momentum, 14-7, right? They're right about midfield when Hurts fumbles. 3rd and 1, say Amalo stays set. I'd be willing to bet my freaking house they get a first down.
Yeah.
And then they're rolling back in the offense.
It
Hurts
caused,
tried to make a play on 3rd and 6, which that was the part where I think you do that. I think that's the mistake that they made, that design run at that point. It wasn't there.
Well,
The play was already called at that point.
Yeah.
assume they make the 3rd and 1. There's no penalty. They make the 3rd and 1. I think because they didn't stop us the entire
No.
first half,
No.
and I think they go in and score a touchdown. We go up 21-7 at that point.
And then
And you got all the momentum on your side.
right, and we scored again. 'Cause
Yes. We scored 24 points as it was in the first half. They only scored 7 points in the first half. I think we would have all the momentum at halftime. We'd be up probably 3 scores. It just would have been an entirely different ballgame.
That Devontae Smith catch.
And that was a catch. That was a catch.
the Quez Watkins job. That
And that killed us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm done with Quez.
I am done. With
Like,
Quez. That man can
I
get
don't care how fast you are, dude, but
Helen
you got to
Keller
catch
got
the
it.
There's a
ball.
lot of fast guys.
Yeah, you got to
You
catch
gotta
the
have
ball. He said, what's to do from the replacements? What the hell was his name?
I've seen the movie.
I forget his name, but Franklin.
He didn't even have to
Franklin
jump
was
for that
No, he
catch.
jumped for it.
He
That's
didn't
like,
even have
Yeah.
to jump.
Right.
that's the stuff that like Brody used to do. I'm like,
And,
why are you jumping? The
Yeah.
ball's at your hands. There's no need to
And
jump.
that
Like,
man, our running game was not that running game.
I think Miles
Almost
ran
non-existent.
Miles,
Yeah.
game on too much either. And
Uh,
Scott,
he did a couple.
7
He had a
rushes
couple,
for
Our
21
best
yards.
first downs here
our
and there.
best runner was Hurts.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
best
He's-
I
player.
think he had 70 yards.
He was our best running back all year. Hurts. I'm serious. Like I know you sled, but like when you look at it and like his vision on the field, like Hurts is the best running back on this team
And you know what's crazy?
and best quarterback.
He's only gonna get better. This is just gonna fuel him more.
Well, surprisingly for me, because I'm not a huge Gainwell guy, I thought he was running the ball at the beginning when Sanders was hurt.
He only had 7 rushes for 21 yards.
I felt he was in there doing ball decently with his
Yeah.
21.
They abandoned it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
They,
They were able to throw the ball.
they never right, but I think
know
that
what
that's a
you're saying,
mistake
though.
too
Yeah.
because if they're not stopping the run, I mean you can't run every play. I understand that. Well, why they went in 3 and out when the City Chiefs went up? They came out, but they were 3 and out.
That was the play.
Yeah.
Wasn't the
It's
first?
not to me. That's not.
And the punt return, 4 people around him. That was
The first
The
drive
punt
of the second half the Chiefs had. Then they got 3 and out. This game,
No, they
like,
scored in every possession in the second half.
yeah, and we had stopped the Chiefs. Mahomes was 13
I thought
to
the
14.
fourth quarter they scored every possession.
No,
No.
he was
Second
13.
half.
Stop.
He was
They scored
13
every
of 14
possession.
for 3
I know
touchdowns.
because it's a freaking zone.
Yeah.
It just made no sense.
It-
Like
I liken this game to your show Game of Thrones. You were a big fan of that too.
I was till the
What,
end.
what was your biggest gripe about that show? How it ended.
Yeah.
It was a great series
Oh yeah.
until the last show. This game was exactly that. This was a great game until the last 2 minutes of the game. It's that call not only denied the Eagles a chance to tie or win the game, it also denied the entire viewing audience to witness a potentially dramatic finish to what was to that point a great game.
John
Jon
Snow
Snow
getting sent
to the
back to the
wall. I mean,
wall. Like that's just
Yeah.
you can't
you
call
expect
that.
that.
You can't call that though.
No,
At that moment in the game or the show.
But
Nope.
that's
You
my,
just
that's my point.
especially wasn't when it wasn't called all game.
Braun being
Spoiler alert, by making that call, they gave Kansas City the game, just like
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
We were at timeout. We couldn't stop the clock,
Right.
and they just ran it there.
And they destroyed the Lannisters.
And
too.
let
Like,
me
you just can't-
Let me
just
be
can't
the
do it.
first one. Let me be the first
Spoiler.
one to give you the bullshit with Mahomes' as ag. Dude, that was an act
I was
on
going
the
to say
field.
he came back
That was
that
an
second half.
act on agony. I don't even stop.
Did you see him?
No, man, he looked like he was in pain.
I'm
Oh.
so mad that I went on social media this week.
Oh, here's
Did you see him at the parade?
oh yeah, climbing the bus.
Dude, like, he just looked like, I mean, he was obviously having a good time. I'm not going to fault the guy. But he looked like he was gone, like high or drunk. Dude, he handed the Lombardi to a random fan and walked away.
Really?
Yeah.
I
He,
watched
just-
it.
he went over to the
I
fans.
would have taken off.
He went over to the fans, took a picture, and then he handed the trophy to the fan. And then he walked back up. And the people were like,
The way those players act, like, listen, Kelsey, I like Travis Kelsey as a human. I think he's good. I like the podcast. But dude, don't get up there on stage and act like your brother. And now you talk about how nobody picked you to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's bullshit.
Stop. What
No,
person
no,
on the
not win the
ESPN
Super Bowl.
make the
Nobody picked him to
playoffs?
make the playoffs.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right. Like,
Your
stop.
quarterback is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to be
And
until he's retired.
you get it.
The playoffs every year.
And you know what? Like, they get points all the time.
Yeah.
I can't talk shit on that.
I like Travis Kelsey, but that
was a
whole
little
act
stupid.
was stupid.
It was asinine to make those
I mean,
comments.
you know what's crazy though? It's not even just our team that's defending us. Like there was like getting back to the Denver Broncos. I mean, I know this is like week 17. Broncos are up 17-13. They catch a ball and they're about to score again with 5 minutes to go, which means KC winning the number one seed. And they call a bullshit offensive pass interference call. They said that this happens a lot, dude. A lot of organizations say
I was going
the
to
Chiefs
ask,
get the
looking down towards the summer, you know how Kelsey does his fundraiser thing?
Travis will still be
You
here.
think Travis will get food?
No.
Or you know,
Did you hear what Travis said in his podcast? He's like, honestly, Kurtz could have been the Super Bowl.
he should have been. That should be like the new thing. Like the winning team doesn't always have to have the MVP.
They do it in hockey.
Yeah, they did it.
Losers
Who's
get the MVP in hockey.
when the Sixers lost, didn't Dr. J get MVP of the finals, Dad?
When they lost, no.
I
No,
thought
Mo-
so.
Moses
Somebody
Malone
did.
got the MVP in '81 when they lost to the Suns
Yeah, so I mean that should be it. That should
MVP this year.
for the final.
So that shouldn't be a normal thing. Like MVP doesn't always have
The
to be on
reason
the
why
winning
he
team.
didn't get MVP is because he fumbled.
That probably did cost him, but he had a ridiculous game. Like
I
one of
thought
the
when
best
they brought him
performances
back
ever.
35-35, I'm like, defense can make a play. It's going to be like Graham.
I was
Dude,
waiting.
I'm waiting. I'm
I was
like,
waiting,
Sweat's
yeah.
coming around the corner.
When we,
Bradbury's going to jump around, or they're going to bring it out.
I'm sure every all used it too, but when at the party, like when that happened, we got into it, we like just went
Yeah.
nuts. Like we're
Yeah.
going,
Yeah,
like,
but
and it just felt.
I think this is just going to fuel the fire for her. We've already seen what it did last
Yeah.
year.
The thing that worries me though is just we've seen it before so many times in every sport. It's just so hard to get
It
back.
is, but like after
It's
now
so hard to
looking
get
at it, like I go back to who's stopping our offense. Nobody. Who had
No, I hear
offense
you.
and
I hear you. It's But it's a long season. It's a long recovery process for them, and they're all young, so they should be able to do it.
I was just
And
saying.
I
they're all
just
Brian.
knock on wood. They got to stay healthy.
Yeah, it's a long.
Honestly, I'm not worried about the defense. I think the defense needs more speed. I think some of these older guys can get it. As much as I like for him, maybe it's time, dude. If you're getting paid too much, maybe it's time.
Dude, just up 10 sacks.
But they're not going to pay him top dollar. It's going to be a discount.
I think he would take a
I
hometown
hope so.
discount.
He doesn't
wanna
I think
play anywhere
no,
else.
he doesn't.
He said
But like
retire.
Cox
Cox or Graham. I think both of them said they didn't want to play anymore.
I don't think they're not paying. Cox going to take the money. He's going to take the money. I think he's going to be too much. I think CJ.
We're going through the list. So let's finish because I got some thoughts and all that. But do you the jury's still out because the season's still going on. But do you get the sense that we wasted MVP season?
No.
Like we wasted Embiid's MVP season?
No, I don't. I don't
We're
get
not
the
past
sense.
the second round.
You know why? Because you already know Hurts is going to be
They're going to be
by
back.
next week in the lab. He's it's a joke. You don't think this is going to kill him even more? I do.
He's pissed off.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. He didn't get
Right.
any type of
Yeah,
where
right. They
you know,
exactly.
He's got it.
pissed.
He's got a boulder on his shoulder, and he's got tons of motivation.
That's
on
what
the
we hear.
Now,
We
it's
hear
on
in
the
the
left
story
I
is-
don't think
He was in this morning already.
Eric said he's not injured. Or what he did the other day. I don't think
Yeah, he
he's
looked
injured.
completely healthy.
Well, all right. Can we take away one thing from this? That Hail Mary throw in, that was pretty funny.
That was.
That was-
I thought it like hit the scoreboard.
I heard he
like in
slipped.
Dallas.
I heard he
I
slipped.
didn't-
when he
I
went to
haven't looked
throw.
at
I
it
turned
again.
it off.
I mean,
I haven't looked
we
again.
were
I turned it off after the field goal. I went home.
we were sitting there watching. We're like, what was that?
He threw it like 40
It
yards
was
short.
a dog, dude. Like, I'm not even. It might have got off the ground.
Yeah, there was nobody near it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. I heard on the radio
Why
this
do you
week
want
that
to the last play that makes
just to see what happened. I don't. You know.
I'm not like I love it. Like, I love Hurts. I don't want to bash the guy, but that throw was pretty.
Yeah,
funny.
so God, Jim.
Yeah, we're all sitting there like, all right, here comes Steve. He threw it in the middle of the field where there was nobody.
Did
There was
anybody-
nobody. No, nobody was close enough.
Nobody was on
even
the screen, dude.
even see the play was close enough.
It fell 10 yards in front of the
Screen of the TV.
But,
Yeah, like,
because you probably get a lead from.
I thought maybe Ryan Howard blew out his Achilles on that swing. Maybe he blew out his shoulder on that last throw.
I'm not dogging him.
What are the chances he goes into like a sophomore type of form?
that would have been this.
That would have been this year. He wasn't great the last few years he played. So, I mean, he was as good this year as he was like
This was
last
his
year as he was
second year
this
as a starter.
second year as a
So I'm saying
starter.
it would have been this year.
All right. But I don't think he was. I don't think he was good
The
in
first
the
year,
first year. You know, like I think this year's is this Jalen Hurts moving forward, or is it this kind of?
No, I think
I know you're gonna be saying no to that, right?
I think he's got room.
I think he has
still.
Yeah,
room to
I
improve
don't
his
think
arm
I don't
talent.
think you've seen the ceiling of Jalen Hurts.
I think his
As scary as that is,
his
I don't think you've
accuracy
seen
and
the
deep
ceiling.
passes.
I don't think you've seen it yet.
Okay.
I
I hope because
I
because
really
I think if he can do this next year, I think next year you can officially call him elite. He played at elite level
I
this
don't
year.
know how you
He's a
can't-
top
I don't know
five quarterback.
how you can call elite after probably having the best performance in the Super Bowl by a quarterback ever.
Just the way I define elite.
He's a
And he
top-
played at an elite level this year.
Where do you think Joe Burrow or Josh Allen's elite?
He wants to see more than 1 year.
Yeah, I want to see
That's-
more than 1 year.
That's what it is.
I mean, Josh Allen and
that's-
Joe Burrow.
That's fair, but
I don't think
season
Josh
he was
Allen.
elite.
I don't think we can say Josh Allen's elite.
Yes,
Josh Allen chose
Yeah, he's off.
No,
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think he's. I don't think he's
Justin
elite.
Herbert sure as hell is an elite. I don't want to hear anything
his
about him.
rocket arm puts him up there. He can make any throw.
Is Joe Burrow?
It might not be
But he
accurate, but
makes
he
too
can
many
make any
turnovers.
Joe
throws.
Burrow's not elite.
Yes, he is.
What?
Well, their quarterbacks are better than them.
Yeah, he's the second best quarterback in the league.
I think Joe Burrow.
Then Hurts is elite.
I mean, when you look around the
I
league,
put
there's a
Hurts
lot
three.
of
Hurts is three.
quarterbacks.
Yeah.
that are elite.
After that, that word elite, like it's a nickel. Like
I think Hurts has
everybody,
to
I
show
mean,
next year he could put up the same number.
There's not a lot of
He's
good
sustained.
quarterbacks in the league.
A
though right
sustained
now.
Yeah,
amount of
so,
success.
There should be one, maybe two
Yes.
elite.
Yes.
We're not in the golden era
Here's the
yet.
thing-
You got a bunch of young guys that are going to be really
Yeah.
good, and some of them could turn out to be elite, but I don't. And
Here's the-
Mahomes is great.
You're not saying he's elite.
Now after the
Mahomes is a
second
Hall of
Super
Famer
Bowl,
already.
yeah,
He's a Hall of Famer already.
There's a lot of Hall of Famers that aren't going to be elite. If this is his last Super Bowl and he just falls off the face of the
I
earth,
hope he
He's
does.
a Hall of Famer.
he's still a Hall of Famer
Yeah.
because of 2 Super Bowls.
I
So
hope
is
he
Eli
does.
Manning. So is Ben Roethlisberger.
That's true.
Eli was not elite,
Dude, so
But he's a
Mahomes-
Hall of Famer. Don't give me the Hall
Mahomes'
of Famer.
talent.
and I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Mahomes' talent is.
I agree.
eons
I'm saying,
above
but if
Yeah,
he
man.
falls off
So-
now,
do you think? I mean, listen, I don't think that changes Hurts at all. He's the type of person that's not going to rattle. It's not going to be like.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree
he's
with that.
mentally tougher than Wentz.
I mean, you heard what he said. He does. He's like, I don't really even care about a contract extension. I care about trade. So now it's like when the extension comes, I want to see that.
Well,
Money
You might
talks.
get-
hopefully he
Money
puts his money where his mouth is.
Well, I think
talks,
he's going to be
dude.
the type that'll restructure every year.
I don't think it's going to be like a Lamar Jackson type deal.
Yes,
I don't think he's going to.
No, what I'm saying is,
One
I
of
don't
them
think
are
he's
gonna
going to hold
They're
out.
not going to hold
Yeah.
back.
He's
Yeah.
not gonna hold out.
Schefter said 47, and he's like, it's probably going to be much higher than that. 47
Are they
million a year.
saying
They're saying he's like,
year though?
I read 5, but then I also
Because
read
Mahomes what,
10.
10?
Yeah,
but I might be better off for the Eagles to give him a 9 or 10 year deal when you spread the cap hit out.
Yeah,
It's only 24.
no, you're right. The
he
issue with
got
that
burnt
is
with
for
Wentz.
the issue with that for the Eagles is the mobile quarterback.
That's where I want to see him
So-
grow as a player.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
300 games.
And
Do you think he's like Russell Wilson-esque, like back when he played for the Seahawks?
I
He's a
think he's
potential
got
because he's a running quarterback
I
too.
think
He
he's
runs-
got
he
the
runs
potential
better.
to be better than Russell.
he runs better than Russ did, but he doesn't throw.
I don't know, baby.
But I'm saying
At this point in
overall,
their
do you
careers.
think that he could be like of that mold?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. And
Maybe-
I don't think that there should be any concern with that. I think as this season went on and last season closed, I think he's very mindful. I mean, he's got to be very wary of the shots that he takes. But I think that he understands now that he has to slide or run out of bounds.
Rob, some people are ready to trade Jalen Hurts for Russell Wilson.
I'm not.
That was last
The man
year.
behind the glass was
That
all
was
Russ.
last
It was
year.
all in on Russ.
That
The
was
five-
last year before we got the Hurts
Could
that
you
we have
imagine
now.
if we traded for Russell Wilson after what he is?
Russ is going to be a beast next year with a new
You
coach.
know, Sean Payton and Rex Ryan.
Yeah,
He's 7 years old.
I want him here.
Yeah, well, you're not getting them.
The top 5 fake quarterbacks right now. Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if this is the order. I know Mahomes is 5th. Aaron Rodgers,
not Dak.
Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Mahomes.
Are you sure it's not Dak? Dak's at 40
I don't know if that,
years.
maybe is
It's
Dak
not
the
Dak.
5th?
It's,
He's 41
it's Russell
million.
Wilson.
It's Russ. It's Russ. Yeah.
Holy
Russ is,
shit.
so you look at those top 5.
Schefter said that
Where you ranking Hurts with those top 5 right
He's-
now with
he's
their careers?
He's 2.
So he's going to want to be paid like
Schefter-
and Mahomes was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
So-
Schefter thinks he's over 50.
I think that's the market. I think him and Lamar are there. One of them is going to set the market, and the other one will
I
follow.
think the Eagles are getting ahead of it. And I think
They'd be
Eagles-
smart
and,
to.
And I think Howie's going to, like they said, one thing Howie's going to do that. I know you're not a.
I know his numbers. The cap guy. He's always
Like,
going to get
he's
great
going to
cap guy.
find a way to make that. He might get like a huge signing bonus, like say 100.
I'd be good with that if he could shorten elite years.
Lamar
No,
Jackson
not
is not
shorten
going to
the
be a
years.
Raven next year.
I don't think so either. But
He's not.
I think the problem
Really?
with Lamar is
I don't think they
he's
can let him
setting the
go.
bar too high for him. Like when's the last time he's played a full season at the top level?
Somebody like
his
Atlanta will pay
MVP
him.
year, but then the playoffs came around and he got shut down. Like Lamar is a great quarterback. Don't
Yeah,
get me
like
wrong.
Hurts is
But
I would take
Teams-
Hurts over him.
oh, absolutely, teams figure out
Don't tell
Lamar
AB that.
way quicker than they did Hurts.
AB,
Lamar does
AB
nothing
in the
at
middle of the
end
year,
season.
remember, was like, would you, I'd get rid of Hurts to sign Lamar.
You can throw, but it's not.
Right.
He's not a very accurate player. He's got a good arm.
He's
He's
also
got a good arm.
he's also a top 10 running back and a top 10
Yeah.
quarterback when he's healthy.
This is
I
the-
want to say, hey, look, this is going to be what
not
the
to-
Eagles were hit with. It's the system, right? That's what they said about Hurts. I mean, Lamar hasn't really had. He's had a running game.
That's his
Other than
benefit.
Mark Andrews.
Hollywood
Look, and
Brown.
I'm not
not-
faulting.
yeah.
I'm not faulting Hurts for having great
Brown,
receivers
I mean,
around him.
outside of like
Hollywood Brown, they let him
Like
walk.
this
They
guy,
got
yeah,
Arizona.
who do they sign? That's what I'm
He's not signed. They drafted
Devin
him.
Duvernays and Sammy
They
Watkins.
get like
Willie
these old
Snead.
veteran
Yeah.
guys.
That's where
They sound like these old veteran
Howie
guys,
was
like
smart.
2-year deals.
Getting these guys now.
Oh my God, who did they sign this year though? Not very.
Deshaun Jackson, didn't we?
Yeah.
God.
And then he got hurt right
Yeah,
away.
the best receiver was Rashad Bateman, who was in his second year, and
And
he got hurt.
I
Yeah.
drafted him in fantasy, and I thought, like, damn, this dude's a stud because he was killing it like the first
Oh,
few
poor
weeks.
Shea.
No, Rashad Bateman,
Yeah.
and then he got hurt,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, and also it's an helmet.
I think Hurts is set up that, and this is where the conversation has to happen with the Eagles of the contract. Like, look, you got your best friend Brown. We're paying him. You're gonna want to be protected. Like, so you're gonna have to pay Dickerson. You're gonna have to pay Smith. So Hurts is gonna like. I'm not saying he shouldn't take his money.
Yeah.
The Eagles also need to have that conversation with him. That like, dude, like you talk about, you're gonna need these guys around you.
Yeah. But there's
How much
from the league.
There you
from
go.
the players to
Restructure.
say,
Dak
Restructure.
is making 45.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
no,
But
no,
I'm saying,
he's
don't you
like 41.
I think Hurts.
He's
How
going,
much-
and the league is going to have to say you need to pay him more than Dak
Why?
Why?
because he's a better quarterback
What
than
It doesn't
Dak.
matter if he
Dude,
doesn't
right,
want
right.
it. If he doesn't want it because he wants to
No,
build
they're-
around the team,
Do you think
why
Hurts?
should the league
Let
have
me
the
ask
right
you,
to
do you
stay
think
and
Hurts
stand in it?
Do you think
Tell him
Hurts
when he
is
gets
the
paid
type
when he
of
doesn't
guy
get
that's
paid.
going to be like, all right, if Burr's getting 55, I want 55, or you think he's the type of big, I want to keep Smith? Because I think
Wait.
I think
Let
it's
me
I'll
go
take
back to
52.
his.
no.
What did you say? The league. What about Hurts in the league?
Players
The league is going to pressure the Eagles to pay him
Not the league.
more than
Not the-
Dak.
Not the league.
I mean, the
The
league
players
can do anything.
association.
They can do
Or,
whatever they
or
want.
the
If Hurts doesn't get paid like that, keep the players.
Right. He's great.
Well,
yeah,
good thing
no,
for
I hear you.
the
but-
good thing for the Eagles is they've already invested around Hurts.
Yeah.
You got
Except
AJ
for,
Brown.
except for
You had
Smith.
Dallas Goddard. You had
Except
your
for
offensive
Smith.
line. You just maybe go out and get a running back, and then you'll have to
I
pay
think you're
Devontae
going to
Smith.
draft. Yeah, that's the guy.
I think they need another tight end.
I would do
I
that.
would love another tight end in
Goddard's
there.
Second?
pretty good.
He's a free agent.
I don't want
How much do you think CJ gets?
We'll get to that.
Well, now, I
It's
guess
not-
we're there.
I don't
We're there.
think-
Let's get to it. So they got $8 million under the cap right now.
Dude, they're going to be.
I saw something that they can.
What's
they
the
can
cap going up to?
restructure Slay, they can restructure Lade, and they can restructure Elliott.
They're going to
And get like
restructure
another
Lane.
$25 million out of it.
And you know what? I think they can forever. All these guys are going to restructure.
Lane
Goddard
is a guarantee, like death taxes and Lane Johnson restructuring
Restructuring.
his contract
and
every
Kelsey
offseason.
might. I mean, I don't know about Kelsey. If Kelsey doesn't come back, that's another 15 million.
What's the cap going up to?
265 million.
Okay,
It went
what-
up. It went up like 15 mil this year. I
that
think.
that might
I
be
think
actual. How much?
265
much
million
is
this
it
year.
I'm
going
not
up?
worried about guys walking. If Howie wants to in the cap, he's capped with her. I'm not worried about it.
Also, a low running back for
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like whoever.
Who do you want? Who's your top priority?
CJ.
CJ.
Are we talking about like extensions, or are we talking about just
Free agents. You know, Hurts is going to get the extension. Off the table.
Yeah.
The numbers
yeah.
will matter, but
CJ?
Who's your
and
number one free agent
CJ
or guy to
and
retain?
And Hargrave. I think he can.
he's going to.
Hargrave's going to get top exterior lineman.
He's like one of the best defensive linemen that's going to be. He's going to get paid.
Yeah, but
He just
Hargrave.
drafted Jordan Davis. Too, so.
I think some of these guys do care about winning. I do. I don't think Hargraves wants to go to the Bears like people are saying. Like that's one spot.
Imagine him in Cincinnati. Well, imagine he would have went to KC. Him
This
and
year's
Chris
salary
Jones.
cap is $224
That's this year's next year.
I'm
What's it going
hoping
up
that
to?
some of them have that
That's
running
what's
back mentality, which I think
I thought
some
it
of
was
them might.
If some of these guys are young though, and this is their opportunity to
CJ's
get paid,
CJ.
that's
I
why
feel like Bradbury might come back.
You think Bradbury's gonna come back?
He's going to get
Well, just because of all the slander, right? All the Juju slander and all that. Like,
He's
all
gonna
right,
go
let's
to
run
He's
it
going
back.
to go to
I
Cincinnati.
mean, that did have to help all the players on our team back.
Yeah, like, well, yeah.
He's gonna go to
you're losing Bradbury, Fletcher, TJ Edwards, Epps, CJ Hargrave, Linville Joseph, Kaiser White,
all right.
Dominic and
As
Sue.
Kelsey would do,
Quinn, and Sue. Those are the defensive players.
I'm not worried.
How many of those guys really made an impact?
Can
Though?
I rebuild
Sue and Joseph.
I would look. I mean, if money wasn't an issue, you want Bradbury, you want CJ, you want Hargrave. The other guys, I'm
Yeah,
trying to say
exactly.
all.
Right.
I think
I think Graham. I think
honestly, I think there's 3 quarters of the draft that can have the impact that Sauls had, and I don't think you need to pay back.
That's why I would take CJ over Bradbury. I like Bradbury, but I'm with you. I'm just drafting a cornerback.
There's 3
Don't
top
already
10
know you're
corners. No, I'm not saying Joey
No,
Porter
no,
Jr.
Joey Porter
Witherspoon
Jr.
from Illinois, the kid from Oregon, and then Porter Jr.
Witherspoon, right?
Porter Jr.
From
will be
Illinois?
third.
You think who? Yeah, but
I think the kid from
His number
Witherspoon's
is top 10?
Yeah, and there's going to be a ton of pass rushers.
you think they're taking anybody at 31 or trading?
Yes,
them?
I think they're going
I
to take.
think if they would have won,
I think
Would you-
31's a running back or a wide receiver.
Would you trade up for Will Anderson
They don't have it. They can't. They can't
10
afford.
and 10 and 31?
They can't afford that. What that's going to cost. Pay Hurts and pay. Yeah, no, they can't.
I mean, I would just love Will Anderson, dude. I
Yeah,
think
I
he's going to be a monster.
I,
'Cause he's
Yeah.
going to go top
I
5.
saw one mock today where a guy picked him taking a
I want
receiver
the
at 10.
defense.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
What?
I
Yeah.
want the defense. I think I heard some
So,
Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith.
Hey,
yeah.
if he's there at
He's gonna drop
30.
at 30.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't play at all the rest of the season for them, and he was like a top 5, top 10 pick.
Yep.
So that
And
they
I think
projected.
there's running backs
And
you
they,
can get in the third and
we
fourth
might
round.
be like Alabama, Georgia North now with the way they've been drafting lately. How many guys?
I'll
we've
tell you right
gotten
now,
from
you don't
there.
need to worry about linebackers because I think teams.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
he's-
you need the
There are some
Outside
there's some
linebacker.
linebackers that I think you can get cheap
I think White might be back.
in the.
I don't think Edwards is. I don't think White gets as
I
much.
think I'd let him
Kaiser
go.
I'd
White
rather-
didn't really. He made an
I'd rather
impact.
Edwards.
I'm saying, yeah, but
I'd rather Edwards too.
yeah, I loved Edwards back one too. Just see him on the punt return. He made a great play there.
Dude, Kaiser White, he had a nice.
I'm
Like,
saying you
couple
could
weeks.
probably get Kaiser
I
White on
don't
like a 1 year, $3 million. Your TJ Edwards is going to get like $10 million.
oh
a
yeah,
year.
it's
Here's
like a
the name
Jordan Hicks money.
David
like,
Long,
he
he's a Tennessee linebacker, young guy coming off an injury. That's the kind of guy that Howie loves.
I think they're going to get that
Bring him
guard.
in.
I think they're going to get the guard
Only
from Tennessee
26.
to replace Sam Allen. I forget his name.
Well, you have Driscoll or
Nate
Jerkins.
Davis.
Nate
I think
Davis.
Jerkins is going to
Another
start.
young
Well, if Kelsey doesn't come back,
Well, yeah, of course. But if Sayamala doesn't come back, Jerkins is going there.
they trust Driscoll.
I like bringing back Dillard.
Yeah.
They're not paying Dillard.
You can't play him at guard though; he's too big.
Offense, we got Miles, Dillard, Sayamalu, Kern,
I'm going to tell you right
Minshew,
now,
Pascal, Boston. Boston's going to be a free agent.
there's going to be two veteran running backs that are going to be impactful.
Pollard?
Allard and Hunt.
Okay.
Now, I think Kareem Hunt. I think you can get him cheap.
I think Dalvin Cook will be in the mix too.
You think he's
You
going
think he's
to
going to get
cut?
paid?
He's a free agent.
No, he's not.
Everything I've
I
seen.
saw
No,
something
he's
where
there's
he
no
wants
he can
out.
get cut. You can get Alvin Kamara. He just got excited. Yeah. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Can you call the guy in Kansas City? There's another player that was indicted. I'll pick up Kamara. He'll pick up Kamara.
There's some quarterbacks that are going to be available.
I actually read
if you
that
let,
KC is the number one landing spot for Saquon.
Oh god,
Really?
Yes.
that would be crazy.
Yes.
Mahomes and Saquon in that backfield. They don't have. Do they have
Reed
money
still
for that
wouldn't
now?
run the ball.
Yeah, right.
He's got Pacheco. Why would you do that?
Pacheco,
Right.
honestly, like he surprised me. He's decent.
That's why I think you can get a running back in the fourth round.
It's pointless
Yeah.
to waste.
I
a
don't even
first
like
round pick.
Gibbs.
Yeah,
for
you
Bama.
can definitely get a
Everybody
decent
loves
running back in that league.
Gibbs has one
mid-round.
good year.
How about that third receiver?
Yeah.
Greg Ward.
I was looking at what's his name. No, he played.
Available.
What's the guy? Marvin. Is it Marvin Jones?
Marvin
From,
Jones.
he's with Jacksonville right
Jacksonville.
now.
Jacksonville bought in like a slew of receivers.
If the
this
Eagles
offseason.
And they're going to
smart-
they got Kirk,
Yeah,
Kirk Jones, and Ridley, so
And
they can get rid of
Ridley-
If
him.
the
be nuts
Eagles were
next year.
smart, they should have traded for fourth round for Ridley.
Dude, Ridley, like Jim just said, Jacksonville's
Yeah,
receivers
they're
next
going to
year,
be
they're
ridiculous.
going to be nuts next year.
They're going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think
shout
you're going to see a
Dogs.
trade or two. Major trade. Two major trades. Yeah,
But Eagles, but what do they
I have a feeling that's going to
Trade
happen.
players or draft picks?
I mixture of both.
Like,
I think it's gonna happen.
The Eagles are in the league.
I mean, the Eagles.
But what?
Who's available?
What are you trading now?
I don't know. I just have a feeling
Would you
he's
trade-
going to trade.
I mean,
trade,
look,
man.
that AJ Brown trade was out
I
of
think
nowhere.
for a running back,
The Titans are
where you look at the running backs that are around that are around the league. I don't
That's
know.
interesting.
I do. I just happen to think that because with the lack of funds that they have, I think that something's got to give here. They are going to want to
Michael
remain
Thomas.
competitive. They're going to want to.
Oh yeah.
And, like, I mean, at
You
this
heard
high
how
level.
he said,
So,
didn't you? He said,
With
dude,
the
he said the scores are there.
with
Yeah.
We're
the
gonna do
amount of
whatever
talent they
they
have on
say.
the team, and they're not an exceptionally healthy team, they're going to have to remain competitive.
which leads me to believe that he's gonna make one or two big trades
10, they won't.
to get to move cap space around, to get someone of a maybe lesser value that can put out the same amount. Like, it's the same amount of numbers as like a running back,
So
for
you're
example.
talking about
I
some-
think that they're going to make a move for a legit running back, similar to the way that they did AJ Brown last year.
I agree with you, but the only pushback I'm going to say to that is they don't have the money to pay. That's why they're not paying Sanders. They don't have the money once they pay Hurts. Running back. Now, if you can get some, if you're thinking of somebody that's still
Well, don't forget
rookie
too,
deal,
Hurts has still got 1 year left.
they're not.
right?
They can't
Yeah,
risk that.
he's not.
Hurts
He's going to
yeah.
extend them.
Yeah.
Well, you would.
I know what you're saying. though.
It would be dumb to risk if you're like
Now-
Lamar did it.
Yes, though, because you signed that contract. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Jalen Hurts. You're still signed for 1 more year. And I've seen.
I understand.
I
your
understand.
point.
You're right, Bob. And I've always felt the same way. If you put
It's
your
different,
name on that
yeah.
piece of paper,
Yeah.
you should play
You should play.
through that
Yeah,
contract.
I don't agree with that.
It's different when you're talking millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the team
I
can
know
cut
what
you at
you're
any
saying.
time.
Exactly.
You're just talking
Yes.
about character.
Bet on yourself that sign that 3-year contract.
Yeah, but
instead
how
of
many
4.
guys have done that?
He can't. As a
they-
second
it's
round
cost
pick, you're locked in. Whatever he got drafted at, he was locked in at that rate.
Well, he still signed it.
Well, he had to.
I'm not saying disrespect the guy. He
No,
probably
I know
will
what
if you're
you're
not
saying.
signing. But I'm
No, I
saying,
know what you're saying.
can't they say, look, hey, you're going to play this year, this 1 year under your current contract, and then after next year, that's when this kicks in.
I know what you're saying.
Just sign it's already there. So if something, God forbid, happens to him next year, he's still signed for the following year under that long extension.
Yeah. No,
So have him play for
I
this
get
year
what
at the
you're
minimum.
saying.
It's too risky for a player. And
Well-
I'll always back the player over the owners. I'm sorry.
After what I saw from Goodell, I'll never back to the league ever. Again.
They may extend him, but they still pay him what he's under contract for next year, right?
Yeah.
The new contract doesn't kick till after the
Depends on
first.
how you
That's
restructure.
not how they do it.
That's
His
what I'm
rate
saying.
was
Ruben
changing.
Frank, I don't even want to bring Sanders back after Super Bowl, but he thinks that like after that,
He had the year of his career, right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
they don't think that he's going to be sought out,
Well, because he flopped in the big game.
right?
Yeah.
So you might, I mean, they might bring you back if it's cheap.
Because he didn't get any tick because he fumbled twice. He fumbled out of bounds.
Yep.
He fumbled when he got crap.
I mean, your boy's going to come back. Don't worry. I know you're worried about Boston.
Boston.
Yeah, I
He'll be
think
back.
Yeah.
They're not going to.
Boston's going to New York if Saquon leaves.
He is. Him and Matt Breida.
I
in the
mean, I like
backfield.
your idea of trading for a running back. I just don't think they can fit it.
Yeah, it
I
depends
think you're
on
going
who
to see
is.
it. Man.
I
think they're
I
going
don't
to
know
trade
who
him.
has to trade. You have to draft. If they would trade draft.
Yeah,
picks, I
that's
wouldn't
what I'm
put
saying.
They have to trade a young player an extension like a
That's
sweat.
who.
That would be somebody.
But what running back would they trade for
A
this?
linebacker.
I don't know. I'm still trying to.
There's a bunch
I
of
was looking
linemen.
down each roster
Well,
earlier
offensive
today.
linemen.
It's also you got to think you're fresh off the Super Bowl. Players are going to come and say, "Oh, I don't want to be here." They come draft time, so they can build up that trade talk. No,
Don't you think
it just
somebody like? Don't you
happens.
think you get? I mean, granted, what he did in KC, like I think Kareem Hunt's a beast in his offense, and he's not going to cost you a lot.
Why do you think he's not going to cost much?
Because he's older. They're not going to. He's not going to get anywhere near Saquon, Pollard, Josh Jacobs.
He'll be paid like a top 10 running back though.
No way.
Kareem Hunt?
No way.
What's done in the last
Yeah,
3 years?
no way.
He's going to be your bell cow. Why would he get paid like that?
But LeGarrette Blunt was our bell cow, and he didn't
You're
get
talking
paid a
about a
ton.
completely different.
What are you
talent
talking about?
level.
Blunt was when we
To Kareem Hunt?
Well, we had Hunt. We had
Right.
to trade for
Yeah,
because we had going to last.
but I'm saying Blunt coming off the Super Bowl,
Yeah, he had a good.
he had a
Yeah,
huge
he
year
led.
coming off.
But he wasn't like Kareem.
What is
Well,
Kareem
he
Hunt?
hasn't really
In
done
Cleveland?
much. Yeah,
I mean, no, I'm sorry, KC. But
Oh, KC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the years he
that's
had-
it.
Years ago,
I mean, he's been behind arguably the number 1 running back for the last 3 or 4 years.
True. We get the
Since
money.
Kareem Hunt's been in Cleveland, he had 179 points his first year, 804 points, 468.
What's his receiver? Is that total? Because he gets a
What's
lot of. In
rushing?
Cleveland, he gets a lot.
what's
of
his
dump
Q
offs.
rating?
I don't know. You have to ask Steve.
So real quick for the slot, you were talking about the slot earlier.
that's
Aging, yeah.
Aging.
But,
What
he's
You're not going to break the bank for it. So that's what I'm
say is that you
He's
got to get
QB
someone in
proof.
there.
Yeah, you
Everywhere
need
he
a guy.
goes,
Yeah.
You need
he
somebody
can
like
he
that.
can
We're the top.
DJ Chark, I'm looking through the list. Odell,
How about
Jacoby Myers, but he doesn't excite me.
How about Julio in the slot? He's more.
he tried that in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm
and then
doing
Yeah.
Julio.
I would take him over
I would bring Aguilar back.
Hey, as much as people give out,
serious.
Aguilar would have caught that ball.
Yes,
Aguilar
yes,
would
he
have caught that ball. I'll tell you that.
yes, I would actually bring Aguilar back.
You ever show
Aguilar makes a lot of sense in this
Dude,
type of
that's
offense.
actually a good name. I know he got a lot of crap here, but
he's a great wide receiver.
hey, man,
Yeah,
time
and he
heals.
can wear his
Yeah.
T-shirt again.
Yeah,
All
one
right?
solid year,
He's
And we won
a
Super
great
Bowl
three.
out of
and
it.
he had a
And
solid
he
Super Bowl.
almost broke the record.
And yeah,
What about trading for Mims from
Is that the guy that didn't want to play here?
Go to Jets. Yeah, he didn't want to play here.
No, he didn't. You remember the draft? He talked shit on Philly. He didn't even want to visit here.
I think Aguilar, dude. Seriously, 30 years old, he ain't gonna cost that much in the
Yeah.
slot.
Quez Watkins.
A great three.
He's still on the contract. This is his
for
fourth
2
year.
more years.
Fourth year, right?
No, third.
No,
This is his
it might
third
be
year.
four.
I think it's his
Four.
fourth
All
year.
right,
It was his last year.
Yeah.
Bring Travis Fulgham back.
Whatever happened to him?
He's in.
He was like a top 3 receiver in the league.
He's playing in
Jets,
I'm
right?
surprised you guys haven't talked about Juju.
That's why.
that's the
But
other
this is
game.
why
Yeah,
I'm
Juju's
excited
in.
for the XFL to start up and the USFL. You can see what some of these players are
Rock.
about,
The
man.
G Leagues.
Some of the some of the minor league guys.
There are you guys from the X League though that played the NFL that were.
They said Matt Collins. I would take him back.
No.
He's so corny.
Keep
I
him
can't
out
I
there
don't
in
care
Las
if it's
Vegas.
corny.
stay in Vegas, dude. You're a third.
Bring back all these old Eagles.
We're not the Flyers.
How about this guy?
Yeah,
How about this guy?
Henry Rugg?
Rashad Perriman, yeah, you're 3.
Who's the other?
Cool Hartman is 3 from
Who's-
Kansas.
Who's the other speedster though?
Pringle?
No, not Pringle.
From Tampa Bay.
No, there's like a.
Not even-
Chenault. Is he a free agent? Chenault?
How about
Lavish get a shit.
He's been bouncing
how
around.
about the dude from the Cowboys?
No.
27? Why? Who cares? Because he's Dallas.
No,
Yeah.
'cause he's a Dollar General version.
Yeah.
Literally looks
All right,
exactly the same.
if he's a Dollar General version of CeeDee Lamb, I'll take him as the third one.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going
true.
to be honest with you. I think
Is Pringle still on contract?
No, yep.
Take a shot
A
at
lot of
Pringle.
good third receiver options out
You don't?
there.
Would you take Cole Hartman? He's
I
not
would
gonna get
take. I would take a lot of guys. That we
Juju
just named.
Smith-Schuster.
We said that.
Yeah, imagine him and AJ.
I was just no him and Bradbury in the same
They
locker,
also
same locker room.
they also said Denver's trying to trade.
I don't know if
what's his
someone-
name?
I don't know if someone said this. Marquise Goodwin.
He was on You know who's going to be our Devin Allen? He should be our kicker.
What the Parker Washington from Penn State?
Don't get me
He was
started.
good.
They're going to draft a
Hold on,
receiver too.
and punts.
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, Penn State has horrible quarterbacks, so
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
their wide
he's
receiver
pretty well.
How about KJ Hamler? He's on the trade.
The dude from the Jets, Braxton Berrios.
Yeah, but he's getting paid too much.
Kick returner, he's a good kick returner to be a solid 3.
All right, I know we gave Covey a lot of slack, but
Wow.
he finished top 10 in yards.
Yeah.
For punt return.
I like to see him out.
In the playoffs because
No,
everybody-
the season. The
You
season.
know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's a good punt returner, but I like to see him try to get some catches in the flat, see what he could do.
Covey?
Yeah,
Dude, he'll get smoked.
Or Boston Scott in the flat. Like, remember back in the day, we used to say,
Who was the dude in the practice
Dynamic
squad they brought up?
Devin Allen.
Devin
Yeah.
Allen. You want to see him get chance to you go get track.
He made
Sure.
one play in the
Why not?
preseason. That was exciting.
Why not? Or just pick number one off the prep and you're good to go.
Who's
Wait,
that?
Is that CJ Stroud?
no, hold on. Who's that guy from the prep?
Jordan
Marvin
Matthews.
Harrison Jr.
Jordan
Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus.
He's probably a free agent.
Yeah, he is.
Although he'd be a third
He's
option.
a receiver.
Yeah.
He's a running back.
Did you hear the table? Did you say
Yeah,
that?
You get Jersey in a heartbeat.
He's sleeping.
No, I go defense. I might. Do I have a Swift? Well, Swift's not on the.
I don't know,
Swift?
man.
There's an interesting game.
Trade for. I was going to say Jonathan Taylor is.
Darius
on the
Slayton.
No,
Free
I do not
agent.
want him. He's-
Darius Slayton.
Would you want
You
Jonathan
want
Taylor?
Slayton?
I would take him. Would you take him over Quez Walker?
Yes, I would also take Dustin
I take most of the people in this room up.
Yeah, Quez really disappointed this year.
Really?
He showed up. He didn't show up in big
He played
games.
like the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Helen Keller Batman.
He was like Mac Hollins' Super Bowl year.
He's
No.
like Mr. Wayne.
Dude, what do you really think about Aguilar?
He's Alfred.
You think
He's
Aguilar-
Alfred.
you think Aguilar's
He's-
back on the
Yeah,
Chiefs?
right.
Yeah, why not?
You would take
Aguilar,
Aguilar.
Jalen, they're going to cut Jalen Mills to take him too.
Jalen
Bring 'em
Mills.
all back.
Dude, he was burnt toast. Jalen double moves.
Ronald
Mills.
Darby's getting cut from the
Oh,
Where's he
Darby.
at now?
Is he in a
Denver?
CFL yet?
Denver.
He'll be in the X League in the spring.
All right.
Mark Washington, that's interesting. I don't think they
He,
do
he's
it.
gonna get
He's going
drafted
to get in the
mid
fourth,
round.
fifth round.
Yeah, I would take a shot on him. He could be a third option.
Yeah, he can catch.
I mean,
them.
he played well at Penn State with crappy quarterback play, so and he returns kicks.
All right.
We feeling good? We feeling good?
No, I
What do
mean,
you got?
Feeling better?
I'm feeling
I
like
feel a little better now that we're talking off season. I don't want to talk
Yeah, we're
any
not
more
talking
of this goddamn
Bowl.
Super
Well,
Bowl.
that's plenty of time to talk off season.
I think we're going back now.
I
You ready
don't
to make
know.
that
It's
proclamation?
going to be
already?
hard.
Looking
It's going
now.
to be real
I
difficult.
looked
I
at
to
think
our-
it's Bengals Eagles.
I looked at our schedule. I see 12 or 13.
Dude, what? We have a
Yes.
tough-
You're playing first place.
At New England. Are you worried about them against
You
Miami?
never forget that San Fran.
Yeah. And we play KC.
That's going to be the
Okay.
first week, though. That's going to be week one.
Yeah.
That's going to be open night. They
All
got
right.
to do that, right?
Now you're
Well,
getting
they
me
were
fired
talking on the
up.
radio today. Fox is going to fight for the Thursday night game. And who's got Monday night?
ESPN.
ESPN's going to fight for
Wait a minute.
Monday.
You guys were talking
They're
about
going to do it. They
All
got
right.
to do it opening night.
Jim. Ready for this first place schedule?
I think Fletcher Cox might go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I do
If
too.
they do, I think
I
he's,
heard that
going to
too.
go to the
'Cause he was
Chiefs.
gonna go later. Look at this first place schedule you're talking about. At the Rams suck. At New England, right? At the Jets.
doing that. Aaron Rodgers is going to be the Jets quarterback.
Hold on.
You're not scared? You're not
No.
scared of Aaron Rodgers
No.
in New York?
Home against Arizona. Right. Home against San Fran. Home against Buffalo. That'll home against Miami. You worried about Tua? He might not even get up.
Tua's got a win it like
At,
a
at
insane
Seattle.
win
At Seattle. What do you?
Yeah, Seattle.
You guys are worried about
All right, so
Geno Smith?
so what you're telling us is you're going to have to hear all about a package like schedule
At
again.
Tampa Bay. Who you worried about?
Oh,
Miles
Jameis.
Kirk Cousins. Win.
You're forgetting about 2 games against the Cowboys and 2 games against the Giants and 2 games against the Commanders.
You probably split or sweep the Giants.
The Giants are going to be on their way once they re-sign Daniel Jones.
I hope they do.
And Saquon's going to get a touch of
And Coach of the Year behind
Dabble.
Behind
Gable.
coming back.
Let's get about them ones. Josh
That's
Harris.
true.
Look what
Oh my
Josh
God.
Harris did to
Dude,
them.
I
That dude
hate
needs
Josh
to get out
That's
of
where the bar's going to
That
end up.
dude needs it.
Ooh, don't say
Washington.
that.
Bar's going to end up in Washington.
No, he's not. I think he's going to Atlanta.
He's gonna go to-
They just drafted Ritter.
He's going to go to the Panthers.
They just drafted Sam Howell.
No, that's the Redskins.
That's
Or
the
who did
the Panthers drafted no one, dude.
No, they have
No, they did. They
have a
drafted,
young quarterback. They have Darnold. They
You ready?
have Fake. They
You
had
ready?
Baker.
You
Matt
ready,
Castle.
Walker? You ready?
Or not Castle.
Matt Castle.
Yeah, you ready for where Lamar Jackson's going? Sneaky place.
We're going Detroit.
New England.
New England Patriots.
I can see that.
Houston Texans with D'Amico Ryans.
Houston Texans with
D'Amico Ryans.
That's
Derek Carr is going to Carolina.
I hope he goes to the Jets.
Tampa Bay.
Aaron
I heard
Rodgers.
Carolina.
Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets too.
Aaron Rodgers going to Vegas, right?
Aaron Rodgers is in his cleanse. What's he in
He's
there?
in his dark room.
His dark room. Nothing.
But like, if you look at the schedule,
I
who
think we
really
all need our
worries
own
you?
little dark room
I think
after
we'll
last
be
week.
Buffalo. I think we can be Buffalo
It's a
here.
tougher schedule.
Seattle's
see how the
tough.
offseason
Dude.
goes.
Seattle is always tough. To
Yeah,
play.
I'm not worried. I mean,
That's so- yeah, I feel like we
Minnesota,
play like-
Chiefs.
I feel like we play like
Cowboys. We should make the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs,
Wait,
then
are we in Vegas
it's
this
a
year?
bigger
No.
decision.
No, they're here.
Super Bowl, we
You're
will.
right. We are in Vegas this year
By
for
the
the
way,
Super Bowl.
I'm not
Yeah,
going.
I like
I'm
the way
not
you
going to KC no more because I'll end up. I ain't going there.
I would go to New England.
You'll
New
end up
England
not
would be
coming
fun.
back.
No,
I would take a
I'm
trip
not
to
going
New
there.
England
We'll be in
or
Vegas in February this year, guys.
or
Stuff.
are they in Florida?
Tampa.
we should just
Tampa
go
Bay,
to.
Florida.
You guys should go to the Jets because
It's gonna be dirt cheap.
Yeah, you
It's
guys.
probably like week 17.
Yeah.
I would do it just to do a road trip.
Yeah,
just to go to
right.
another stadium.
Exactly.
I would rather go to Washington just because it's gonna be all Eagles fans and it'll be like $100 ticket.
No Eagles fans at the Jets. too.
Yeah, I'd rather go to the Jets. Sauce
Yeah, but
against
Stadium
NBA, that's a good
sucks.
match.
Yeah, but it's only a 2-hour ride. It's
You-
like
And
You
the
guys wanna
Jets
go
is
to
an
the-
hour.
I
If
just
you guys
don't
want to
like
go to
New
the
York
Jets,
or
there
New
might be a bus
Jersey.
trip heading up that. Same guy, yeah, the same guy who I went with to Washington. I think
How about that Tampa Bay? We go down to Tampa.
That's what I said. I'd rather go to
Tampa
New
Bay's
York.
got like, it's the second largest strip club in America.
How do you know that?
I
Uranus.
went there.
You went there with Uranus.
Spring
You're
break
you're
in college.
you're
No,
self-incriminating
no,
yourself.
my
right
wife
now.
knows. That's fine.
I went there for spring break in
Yeah, in
college.
college. I went there with my wife.
You also go to Uranus?
All right.
Foxborough.
Sorry, you wouldn't like it. They don't have any blind girls.
Oh my
Jesus
god,
Christ.
dude. That's just not right.
No, it's not.
Every time we close it down,
You got
something comes out.
Don't you have any breaking news about basketball? High school basketball?
There is Catholic
Any breaking
playoff.
news about their star player?
breaking news. Shut up, PMT.
No. No.
No.
It
Predictions.
hasn't been
All right.
released yet.
Can we do our Catholic League predictions?
What? No.
Yes. Zeke wants to.
Chalk. How about that?
Do you think Ryan what? Yeah.
Think the first.
We already beat.
Oh wait.
You think?
Think Ant-Man makes it out alive?
I do.
Are you going to see it, or is it already out?
hell yeah.
It's out tonight, right?
Are you guys
Yeah.
excited for the Philadelphia Soul?
Coming back on the 24,
Or,
baby.
or not the Philadelphia
Stars?
Stars? Yeah, you said
You can only watch them in Alabama.
I heard Carson Wentz
Nah,
is like
Coming back home.
Carson Wentz might be
Where are they
quarterback
playing?
for
Wait,
the job.
Because that league is nothing like the original
Carson
USFL.
Wentz
Where are
is-
they?
yeah,
Where are they playing?
Carson Wentz is
Birmingham.
You just said
No,
that.
Now they're actually playing at the home
Okay,
state.
I don't know. They might be playing down at the soccer stadium.
I was going to say they're going to play at Franklin Field. That'd be cool.
I should hope they're not playing. Like,
Did anybody ever
you
watch?
said Franklin Field.
Yeah, Deke watched.
Yeah, I
all the
watched a
time.
little bit. of it.
USFL
Last year was like the
alright.
original. I
They'll
actually
play
went
at the
to the
bank.
Star game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a little.
I'll be watching after.
It was pretty
Yeah.
bad. XFL would be cool because of The Rock. He'll
But
probably.
that still has 2 more seasons before that starts. 2 more years before that starts.
What, XFL?
Yeah, I didn't think that was this
this,
year.
yeah, this year's only USFL.
No, what are you guys talking about? XFL starts this weekend.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit!
great. You
I
guys
didn't
are-
prep. Why did we do
I
this?
know. Like, the Rock should be out there promoting this
Man,
shit.
you guys are ridiculous. Getting
What?
excited about the XFL.
I did not know that.
Great.
Can I bet them?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure
Absolutely.
you can.
That's all you care about.
All I care about is
I
March
did.
Madness
I did
now.
a couple of nice bets on the Super Bowl. I liked the combo
we
ones.
we can't.
I had Hurts
First to
rushing
win.
attempts versus Embiid's rebounds for the following night.
It was a little
That was a
bittersweet
thing?
for me. I went up like 1,700.
Damn.
I didn't
Did
go
you
quite
bet the
that low.
coin toss?
Who,
Nah, I didn't.
My wife did. She lost.
Did you see the national anthem? Hit by a millisecond or missed by a
It
millisecond?
went over.
It went over.
No.
It went
No,
under.
it went under.
by a millisecond.
By a millisecond.
How can they?
It was 2.
Oh,
it was
204. Yeah, I clocked it at 202.
Well, then that means
1.
Yeah. The over-under
and
was
the-
202, but
I thought it was 204. I saw
So
204.
if you pick the under, you want.
yeah, but if you
Yeah,
would
but
have
it's
been
some-
on that,
I
that's
mean, it's-
horrible.
Kind when you bet too. So some
Yeah,
places
that'll
have
be a little
different
different.
lines.
Yeah, but that's like
What the one thing I didn't understand when does it start? Is it as soon as the music starts or as soon as
Yeah,
you
I
start
think
the
it's
singing?
the
first,
music.
the first like
Yeah,
strum.
yeah,
like,
it's
or
See, I
music.
always go
When the
with the
music
first
starts.
note.
Okay.
His first.
Singing?
Is it him
So-
actually
Nah, it should
first
be the
singing
music.
or is it the
Oh,
music?
Should be the
I go
music.
with singing.
It's kind of funny how the KC line opened at 2.5 and they won by 3.
What who would have the longest national anthem here, Russ?
Out of all of us,
Us?
You want us all to
I have
sing
the
the
voice of
national
an
anthem?
angel,
to
so-
sing? All right, we can all practice who's longest.
Like come in next week and we all just bet on who would have the longest.
I mean, I would. I'd be like,
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else.
That's,
Yeah.
That's what I was
No,
thinking.
yeah,
that,
that's where I
that
thought
would
you
make
were
for
going.
gripping entertainment.
Honestly, I feel like
Whoa, Deke.
what are you talking about gripping? We're talking about
Entertainment.
You're talking about
Dramatic. Is that better?
Gripping long things over there. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I need to shut this
Relax, Ready?
down. I need to shut
Me
this down.
relax. I was talking about the national
Your,
anthem.
your dad says,
Did she play the slide?
oh,
She's a
wait,
franchise-
speaking,
a franchise player at my heart.
speaking of Claire Dumpy, we should come up with some bracket ideas.
Can she play the slide?
Yeah.
Claire,
She would play
Claire
that
play the
slide.
slide?
She's a tight end.
Oh, all right.
She's a Chiefs fan.
since you started, Jim, Dad,
The other guy was a Chiefs fan.
Wait a minute. Yeah,
All
what's,
right.
what's our bracket going to be?
We're
We'll
gonna
figure
think,
it out.
we'll brainstorm.
we got
figure
time.
that out.
Relax.
Best old school logo. Best vintage
Chitty City?
logo.
But then you gotta
Sports
like,
logo.
then you gotta get all the logos and always upload.
I'll get like the Milwaukee Bucks, whole logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Vancouver Grizzlies.
Philadelphia A's.
What?
Philadelphia A's.
Vancouver
The
Grizzlies.
old English
Yeah.
A.
Of course he would talk about elk.
I thought the elephant too.
No, old English A. What the hell's wrong with you?
Because Philadelphia A's is the elephant, the long trunk. I thought that's what you were talking about. Is that what you thought? Yeah.
I was thinking the elephant. And when you say
Yeah,
the
but
A's
not the
and
trunk.
vintage, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
Wait, can
I
This
we,
wasn't
jackass.
focusing on the
if we were to do that bracket,
You're such an
can
idiot.
we do
I'm
teams that
about
are
to
no
change
longer in
their
existence?
We'll have to. We'll brag.
The Hawks will never die.
The Hawk is at 16 playing game.
They're not even gonna. They're not even gonna any tournament.
it. 17th and Gerard, man. Going down south down there.
Wait. Speaking of college basketball, LaSalle's on a hot streak.
Yeah, they're great.
They've won a.
Trent
They've won 5 in
Duffy's
a row.
doing
They
a
won
great
5 in a
job.
row.
Yeah, they won
The kid
5
from
in a
Woods
row.
playing a bunch too, Shepard.
He sucks.
How's Penn State? Penn State's
No,
decent.
they were.
They just beat Illinois.
Yeah, and then
They-
they,
they-
lost
they-
4
they-
games before
I
that.
feel like everybody just beating everybody this
Dude,
year.
this year,
So
Mark,
bad.
I'm waiting
gonna
for
award.
AB to talk
I'm
about
I'm
Villanova.
gonna award
They're
people right
They're
now.
horrible.
March Madness
They won,
might
like,
suck this year
Who's winning?
because there's no team. Like,
Houston's
there's
winning
no
all?
dominant team.
There's
or-
no
I'm
team,
telling you,
There's
yeah.
zero
right
teams this
now.
year.
Now,
Yeah,
Roll Tide.
you just lost.
That was
Tennessee's
great.
good.
Did
It's all
you see
state. The
Jim's-
Shockers.
No. That's who Temple's playing.
I
tonight.
know Brody's down at the game.
Oh, when we were talking about Bergang, you're like, as long as nobody takes the cap, Nova. Are you excited about Villanova on a win streak?
I
He hasn't
think
said
it was fun.
anything. Or is it too early about
Did,
Federer's
did he
health?
come back yet? That Kevin Durant's cousin. What the hell's his name? Did he come back yet?
Durant?
you
His
see,
cousin that's on Villanova. What the hell's
Oh,
his
yeah,
name?
that guy's back.
He
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
you see that story on Facebook posted out in Johnstown? They won 90-35.
No,
You guys see that?
no, about
No.
the Super Bowl?
All right, we're shutting it down. I keep trying to shut it down. we keep
it
rolling.
down.
Am I missing
All right.
something?
We'll
I'll
come
show
up
you
with a
it. I'll show
bracket.
you it.
We'll figure out a bracket at the end of that season. We'll figure out what we're doing. I like the old school sports logos, but you could probably find something more interesting. But yeah, so I hope you guys feel better. We talked it out. If you really feel the need to go and watch it again,
No,
Knock yourself out.
no.
I will
Hold
not.
on, hold on.
I will not. I don't understand people that do that to
Can
themselves.
we make a proclamation that in our chat, no, we're not bringing up the Super Bowl? It's over. This was it.
Yeah, that's-
No, why do we need to talk about it? Do you need
Someone's
I
gonna
don't
be
need to
sitting
talk
there.
about
Hold
it.
on, hold on.
One of us is gonna be sitting there on a random Wednesday night at
Yeah.
10,
Do
15
you,
and
do
go.
you want to talk
He should have
about
caught that goddamn
it?
ball.
Do you want to talk about the
And that
Super
random
Bowl? Or you
Yeah.
Am I over it? Do you want to still talk
I
about
was
it?
just thinking.
Wait till you know
Either
a
or,
Friday
man.
or Saturday night in the future when I got you know about 3 or 4 whiskeys in me, a couple
You can't
beers.
All right. All right, folks. It was a great Eagles season. We really appreciate
Oh, wait,
everybody.
we're not making picks for next week.
Philadelphia A's logo.
For what, the XFL?
Yeah, sure.
I thought we were doing
Does Philly have a team in that?
No.
No.
Philadelphia Elephant Trunks.
Oh man! All right,
Uh,
like I said, thanks for hanging out with us through this Eagles season. It was a great season.
Was it?
We were really hoping it would have ended with a Super Bowl win.
It hurts.
Unfortunately, it didn't. It hurt. It's disappointing. Probably one of the worst losses in Philly sports history.
It's
It was
gone.
the worst.
Good news.
The defensive coordinator is gone, so hopefully that gets us some comfort. But it won't. No comfort until the season starts again next year. So hang out with us the off season. We now got Sixers, we got Flyers, we got Phillies. I know some of you guys talk about how excited you are for the Philly season. But there's still plenty to talk
Trade
about.
day's
Folks.
coming.
What?
Trade day.
Trade day is coming.
And then like Trade day. Trey Turner.
All right. I'm going to stop talking.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us
shut his
tonight.
mic off.
And we will see you next week. Until then,
Trade day.
be excellent to each other.
He's gonna have to carry us, dude.